Hi, this is Rachel with Flow on Yoga, and happy International Day of Yoga. Today we're going to do a short practice diving back into our niyamas, and today's is Santosha, which translates to contentment. So we're going to do a really gentle restorative practice with the idea that we kind of really focus on the mindfulness and meditation aspects of yoga. I mean, we should always focus on those, but this one specifically, as you do these really gentle and restorative postures, you to really focus in on your breathing and staying right here, right now, in the present moment. So we're going to start off seated, comfortable cross-legged, or whatever seated position is comfortable for you. Feel free to hop in a chair if you want, or even just to go ahead and lay down, because we'll be transitioning to a laying down position very soon. And if you want to go ahead and get started, go for it. So find your hands somewhere where they can be comfortable to just sit and rest, maybe on your knees, palms up or down, maybe in your lap. Would you mind my lap today? Because that feels nice. Find some length in your spine, from the tailbone all the way up to the crown of your head. Straight spine, maybe feel a slight reach and lift through the top of your head. And then, if it feels comfortable for you, I invite you to close your eyes or just soften your gaze, relaxing the gaze towards the floor. Begin to focus on your inhales and your exhales, in and out through the nose. Noticing the rise and fall of your chest. And doing a little check-in and noticing how you're feeling today. Maybe your mind is already starting to wander. That is okay. And just every time you notice, maybe every few seconds through the whole practice, the important thing is not to stop our mind from wandering, just to catch ourselves when we are wandering to other thoughts, which is entirely normal. Acknowledge those thoughts, and gently bring our attention and our awareness back to our inhales and our exhales, to our breath, to our body, to right now in this present moment. I invite you to bring your hands together at heart center, slightly lifting the chest towards the thumbs, and offer you this intention. If you have your own, please feel free to ignore mine, but your intention for today's practice is, I am content. I am content right now in this present moment to be right where I am right now, here on the mat. Right now, right here. Go ahead and take one more deep inhale. And deep exhale. And I invite you, if you want to go ahead and open up the eyes, or you can go ahead and keep them closed through this next sequence. I've said this before, but I like keeping my eyes closed through the opening seated sequence usually. It kind of helps me center in, but that's totally optional. We're going to do a seated cat-cow. So if you weren't already, I want you to cup your hands around your knees. On our inhale, we're going to hinge forward, squeeze the shoulder blades together, and lift the gaze. On our inhale, our cow. And then exhale, rounding through the shoulders, tucking the chin to chest, feeling a lot of space between our shoulder blades into our seated version of cat. So inhale and exhale. And feeling free, if you prefer to do this on hands and knees, you can go ahead and do that. As we move through this cat-cow, you can choose whichever variation you prefer. Maybe you want to bring a little bit of a hip circle into your cat-cow, just like this. Noting that if you do that, after doing a few in one direction, make sure you change and go to the other direction so we even it out. moving in your own time, your own breath, feeling free to explore and find some creativity and fun in your movements. Feeling free to pause, take extra stretch, maybe folding, some movement. Out. Have fun with it. Be creative. The only thing I want you to remember is whatever you're doing, just keep that breath flowing and make sure you're not in pain. Nothing hurts. If something hurts, we shouldn't do it. And take one more round. Exhaling. Pause in your exhale. Keep the back rounded. Cat pose. And then on your next exhale, we're going to bring the right ear towards the right shoulder. Just a gentle little stretch for the side of our neck. And then exhaling, rounding the chin down to the chest. And then also stretching the back of our neck. Inhale up. And then exhale, left ear to left shoulder. Right shoulder is relaxing. And then exhaling, bringing the chin to the chest. And inhaling the head up and back up to a seated. And I'm going to turn, but you can stay wherever you are if you have the space. And we're going to make our way onto our back. I told you we can go into our back pretty quickly. So you can either do it right from here like this. Maybe put your hands on the floor, maybe going over into a fetal position and laying down that way. And also kind of engage your core by planting your feet down on the ground, putting your hands out in front of you, engaging the abdominals, so belly button towards your spine and lift. And then very slowly, wherever you need to get there, gently and carefully lowering all the way down to the ground. And as usual, I come up too high, off the mat. Do that all the time. We're going to start right here with our soles of our feet on the ground. Maybe take a super quick little windshield wiper of the knees. We'll bring the heels of the feet in close to your bottom, planting the palms of the hands down alongside your body. On an inhale, we're going to press into the feet and lift our hips up towards the sky into a bridge pose. And then exhale, very slowly lower it back down. Now this next time, we're going to put our hands into it as well. So on the inhale, I invite you to maybe lift your hands up and over your head as you lift. And exhale, lower your hips and your hands down to the ground. So that's an option. You can also just leave your hands right here on the ground. Inhale up, inhale down. Make sure you check in and that your knees are staying close together. Maybe even grabbing a block, or maybe if you have like one of those little like balls that you use sometimes in Pilates or bar, like putting it between your knees to help remind you to keep your knees hugged in. It's really easy to let our knees kind of fall out like this. In this pose, we want to keep them close together, so hugging the knees towards the midline. Now, if you want to bring your calves into this a little more, I invite you on your next inhale and lift to go ahead and stay here. Leave your hands down by your sides or interlace them behind your back. And instead of lowering on your exhale, you will inhale, raise the heels, exhale, lower the heels. Inhale, raise the heels, exhale, lower. It's just an option. You can keep doing the lift and lower that we were doing before, keeping the feet on the ground the whole time. Wherever you are, we're going to do 2 more rounds of breaths. Inhale, and exhale. If you're doing your lifting your heels, you have to do an extra round of breath to come all the way down to the ground. And then a little windshield wiper here, totally optional. And then And inhale, hug both knees in towards your chest. Wrap your arms around your knees. We can do a little rock side to side here. Maybe circle the knees in one direction and then the other. Next time your knees are hugged into your chest, we're going to pause, wrap our arms around just the right knee, and then the left leg, either sole of the foot to the ground with a bent knee, or you can straighten the left leg all the way out. It's your choice. And then we're going to grab our strap or belt or pillowcase or blanket or whatever. And I'm using a tie for my bathrobe, so I'm going to double it up because it's kind of long. We're going to put it right across the sole of our foot. We're going to extend that right leg up towards the ground on one side of whatever you're using in the change. So just like this. And then you should really be feeling the stretch to the back of your leg here. And I'm going to invite you to either you can stay right here, you can have a slight bend in your knee if that's what you need, or try to straighten it out. And then I'm going to invite you to kind of play around with on your inhales and exhales, pointing and flexing your toes and noticing how that changes how this stretch feels in your leg. For me specifically, when I point my toes, it engages mostly through my hamstring. When I flex and pull my toes towards my face, I feel it here in my calf. So kind of playing with how just that little micro movement of the foot can completely change how the stretch feels through our entire leg. Make sure to take both sides of your strap, or whatever you are using, your bathrobe tie, as it may be, into your left hand, and we're going to bring the right leg across to the left side of your body. So of course the right hip raises too. It's okay if the legs don't come all the way down to the ground. Bring your gaze over towards the right if you want, or you can even bring your gaze away from that cross leg. The right arm can either be sit here right here on the ribs, on the belly, or it can straighten up to the side. Your choice. And then again, we can pause here and find some stillness, or maybe experiment with doing some little tiny, just very tiny, coming from your leg, not from your hand, circles. It's very, very small. Just a gentle movement. Inhale it back up for just a moment. Switch the strap into your right hand and opening the right leg out towards the right. This should be a nice stretch for your inner thigh. We're doing the outer edge of our right leg, kind of up through outer thigh and even into our glutes on the side beginning. All inner thigh. Again, it is okay if your leg doesn't come all the way to the ground. Mine does not. That is fine. Here I do just want you to pause and try to find some stillness and some ease in this pose. And maybe here, if you've had this leg extended but you feel very wobbly here, you can go ahead and bend that left leg and bring the sole of the foot to the ground. That might make you feel a little more supported. Inhale, right leg back up. Very gently release it down to the ground. Bring the left foot up to meet the right if it is straight. Hug your knees into your chest just for a moment. Maybe find a little bit of a rock. Place the feet back down, and we're going to do that on the other side, on the left side. So same thing. Put your strap right around your foot. Extend your left leg. Right knee can either be bent with the sole of the foot on the ground or straightened, like this. You can play around with that point. With your inhales and exhales. Maybe take a moment to come back to our intention of contentment in the now. Maybe this is just me, but I've spent some time contemplating what's the difference between being content with the present moment and where we are now and being stuck
with where we are now. And we can be content with where we are and still be on a journey of progress, whatever kind of progress that might mean, intellectually, physically, emotionally, while still being content where we are on that journey, as opposed to just being in a rut and stuck where we are. And we can be content to not be stuck. And go ahead and bring both pieces of your strap opens into your right hand, and then exhale, left leg over towards the right. Maybe the gaze comes towards the right, maybe it comes towards the left. It can stay neutral. It's choice. Get here and maybe finding some very, very gentle, only if it feels okay for you. Very gentle movements, drawing some very, very tiny, like the word micro is appropriate. Some very micro movements, just tiny little circles. Coming from the left leg, not coming from the arm. Coming from back up through center, switching to the left hand, and then exhaling, left leg opens towards the left side. Again, just like on the other side, if it feels more balanced, maybe if your leg is extended, we bring it up. Give you a little more support, extending your right arm out. So give you a little counterbalance to your left leg. Just find some stillness here. Back up. Very gently release. Bring your left leg, if it's extended, up to meet your right. So both heels are on the ground. Both soles are put just your heels. And we're going to bring the soles of the feet together to touch while dropping your knees. Just feeling a nice stretch through the hips. If you do this hip opening stretch. Breathe into the knee. Soften the knees between your legs. You can see how your body is feeling. Exhale, knees out of thighs. Bring the knees back up together. Then shoulder right from side to side. Into the right. Some small movements, maybe bigger. And then we're going to do a happy baby. So bringing the right foot up and either peace fingers around the toe or hand to the outside of your foot. Bring your left leg up. And if this isn't attainable for you, if you can't reach here, you can also hold on right here to the outside of your ankles, or even just wrap your legs around behind you. They're all options. Or maybe if none of that is working, you can also utilize this strap again to help hold your legs, just like this. So wherever you are, with the feet flexed, and our knees are pressing towards our armpits. We're not going to reach our armpits, and that's perfectly fine. That's just where we're pressing towards. That's our energetic intentions. Our knees are pressing towards our armpits. And this is also a pose. I'm going to go ahead and let my strap go and bring my hands up. But if you're using the strap, feel free to stay right there. Feel free to find a little motion. side to side. Well, it's called Happy Baby, so some joy and some silliness in this pose. Walking, maybe extending one leg and then the other, or both at the same time. And very gently letting go of your feet, bringing the legs down. Go ahead and scoot your feet out to the edges of your mat and let the knees fall in towards each other. It should feel really nice after doing toddler and then happy baby back to back in this pose. You kind of internally rotating. Nice break on your inner thighs. From here, we'll toe our feet back underneath our knees. And then, if you can, we're going to extend one leg and the other. We're not going to our Shavasana quite yet, but we're making our way there. It's coming soon. So from here, I want you to inhale your arms up, point your toes, and take up as much space. Make yourself as long as you possibly can. Get a great stretch through your arms, through your belly, through your back. Feet, just really big stretch. Let it go a little bit, keeping your arms extended. We're going to walk our feet towards the left edge of our mat and our arms towards the top left edge of our mat into this crescent shape. This will be a nice stretch that you should be able to feel from your right shoulder all the way down through your right hip. If you're not feeling it, I invite you to either bring your legs a little more to the left or extend that right arm even more, and maybe grabbing your right wrist with your left arm and giving a very gentle tug. And on your next exhale, very slowly let that go and come back through center. And then, as I'm sure you have guessed, we make our way doing the same thing on the right side. So bring your feet towards the right bottom edge of your mat and your arms towards the right top of your mat. If you are holding your right wrist, switch over to your left. And same thing on the other side. And stretch all down the left side of our body. Exhale, come back. One more big stretch. Maybe imagine tightening up as many of your muscles as you can, really engaging. And then on the exhale, just letting go, bringing your arms down and softening. One more big stretch. Maybe imagine tightening up as many of your muscles as you can, really engaging. And then on the exhale, just letting go, bringing your arms down and softening. And then your palms up, maybe tuck your shoulder blades a little closer together, behind your back. As your shoulders relax a little more. Palms can be up, and your hands away. Just taking a moment, just scanning through your body and finding any place where you can let go a little more. Maybe corporate circles and painful tensions. Your forehead, your eyes, your jaw, your shoulders, your hips, and space between them. Go ahead. If you have the time, pause this video. Take another 10 minutes here. Slowly, Shavasana. Just relax. But you need to get back to your day. And follow me into our final seated pose. Moving your fingers and toes, and shake your head from side to side. Swing your feet to the ground, and easy make your way over to your side, whichever one you want, using your bottom leg as a pillow. Just a moment here in this fetal position. Very slowly and very mindfully, using your top arm and your top leg to assist you. Make your way up into a comfortable seated position. It can be where you started, or maybe a different seated position than you started in. Take a deep inhale. Deep exhale. From the next inhale to bring your hands to heart center. Thank you so much for joining me today for this Santosha inspired practice on today, the International Day of Yoga. I hope to see you here again at Flow on Yoga again soon. The light in me honors the light in each and every one of you. Namaste.